Hey, so I'm pretty open with everybody about my past. I was raised in foster care. For most of my life, I did not know my mother or my father. I mean, I lived with my mom here and there, but I was always sent off to live somewhere else because she, at the time I didn't know, was struggling with mental illness and she was trying to do all that she could to give me the best life. However, that's not how I saw it in the past. So that's a whole nother topic. But needless to say, I dealt with abandonment issues. It's like very normal for someone who may feel rejected by their parents, or even when I did get to know my dad in my teens, in my early 20s, he committed suicide. So I went through that whole abandonment issue again. And so it just taught me that people will leave and people are not safe. And so that thought just really became a hardwired trigger and groove in my brain. And when something would happen in friendships or marriages, because this is my second marriage, I would start to feel, okay, I'm going to get abandoned again. So I would do everything I could to be the one to leave so I didn't have to experience that hurt again. So anytime my husband and I would get into a fight, it would be this burn the bridges, Wreck It Ralph sort of uh, thought that would just come to my mind. It would be like, okay, it's time to cut ties and leave. You know, that would be my first thing is maybe we shouldn't be married. Maybe this is not the right marriage. Maybe we should get divorced. Maybe I'd be happier by myself. All those different thoughts, they were my Wreck-It Ralph intrusive thoughts. And the very first thing to do is really separate yourself from your thoughts. I know I've talked about this in earlier videos, but some of the best ways to do it is to name your thoughts. That's why I call it my Wreck-It Ralph thought, because it's like wreck everything and bail before you get hurt. So naming it definitely helps me. But then you can separate. You're like, oh, well, here's that thought. You know, my husband and I are arguing, and I have this thought that we're not supposed to be married. I married the wrong person. So I'm like, oh, there's Wreck-It Ralph. Of course, he's there to protect me because in the past, the baggage that I brought into the marriage was that I was going to get abandoned again. But this thought really isn't serving me. I'm Tamera. This is the thought I'm having. This isn't who I am. This is just a thought. I need to separate myself from that. And it also teaches me to be really thankful because while in some cases in those abandonment issues, especially as being a child that was abandoned, those thoughts really served me because I was a child. Like I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. So it taught me to be just to rely on myself. And I needed that. I've been on my own since I was 15, so I didn't know I was going to need that, but my thoughts served me so well then. But now, as an adult in a safe marriage, they were not serving me. So I always say, you know what? Thanks, brain. Thanks for giving me that thought in the past. It was really helpful, but today we're not going to use that. So just remember that you're not your thoughts, and we don't have to ride those waves of those thoughts. We can separate ourselves from them and then just really take a glance at them and say, is this helpful? Is this something that's serving me at this time? Because if it's not, then you can think that thought for whatever it may have served you in the past and then just release it and decide that you want to think something different from the future. Like as far as arguing, arguing is a normal part of marriage. I'm not talking about dishonoring, disrespecting each other, but two totally different people are not going to see things eye to eye every single time. And so arguments can also be an opportunity for growth and not to say that something is wrong with the marriage. So just remember, separate yourself from your thoughts, name them. Maybe it's some bully name that you had in the past, but mine was Wreck It Ralph because I would wreck everything that came in that little path for me. So I hope you have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.